Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, as you take your seats, we will be joined by this year's graduates of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and welcome the faculty of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dean of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences and his distinguished guests, joined by this year's Luther Rice and Undergraduate Research Fellows.
Please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Michael King, Marshal of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences. On behalf of the Dean and the faculty of the Columbian College, I am delighted to welcome you to this celebration for our baccalaureate candidates in the 198th year of the George Washington University. We congratulate all of our graduates and join with you, their families and friends in celebration this weekend as we share sincere pride in our graduates' achievement. In addition to greeting each of our graduates and celebrating their accomplishments this afternoon, we will also honor faculty excellence in student mentoring and teaching. Each year, a representative group of graduates of the college, on behalf of all of the graduates, are asked to nominate a member of the faculty to speak on this occasion. This year's faculty speaker is Marie Price, Professor of Geography. Professor Price.
Hello, class of 2019. It is an honor to be invited to speak on behalf of the Columbian College faculty. I am a geography professor who has taught at the George Washington University for the past 29 years. And let me tell you, it has been a wonderful and wild journey. But I must confess, when I look out into the audience and the students, I fear I have a lot more in common with the parents. So, if you are a parent of a graduate, please stand up. You know, you are the original teachers. I am also a parent of a GW student who will graduate this weekend. I share your joy and pride in witnessing this accomplishment, and I also know that sweet sense of relief. So when I asked my students what they wanted me to say, Jana Paramore blurted out, "Please explain to my parents what geography is." To all the parents, geography is an academic discipline that explores how the world is organized, the environments and patterns that exist on the ground or that humans create in their minds, the interconnections that exist between the physical and the human environment, and the nature of places and regions. Some of us focus on the environmental side of geography, like my colleagues who study the thawing of permafrost in the Arctic and its effects on climate change. Others are more on the human side of the discipline, like my colleagues who study human mobility, economic development, or urban sustainability planning. And yes, geographers do like to map things. Growing up in the suburbs of Southern California, it never occurred to me that I would be a geographer. I took world geography in high school. It was taught by the JV football coach. I got pretty good at coloring in African countries on a blank map, but I did not see this as a possible profession. I discovered my calling accidentally after taking time away from school, working, and traveling on the cheap. In one of life's random moments, I chatted with a stranger in a coffee shop in Malindi, Kenya, about my interests in society-environment interactions and how culture influences these relationships. He suggested I study geography at Berkeley and explained why. This was 1981. There was no internet, no Googling it. Instead, I drafted a letter with a pen to the director of undergraduate studies in the Department of Geography, stating that I was interested in transferring to the program. Months later, when I arrived at Cal, the undergraduate advisor was a bit surprised to learn I was not Kenyan. The map is an artifact most associated with geography, but mapping is a process and a metaphor. Today, we think of maps more dynamically as something that we are constantly layering with information in a digital format, like the pulsing blue dot on your cell phone that led you here today. Mapping has been transformed in the past 30 years, especially with geographic information systems, global positioning systems, new satellites, and photographic imagery. These tools have revolutionized the ways we all ask questions, visualize information, and develop policies. For example, at GW, there is a student-run humanitarian mapping society in which volunteers from across the university collaborate with the Red Cross and the State Department after natural disasters, such as the hurricanes that battered Puerto Rico in 2017. Working as volunteers, they provide detailed, up-to-date maps of affected areas using satellite imagery and OpenStreetMap, which is an open access map that anyone can edit and use. Participating in a mapathon is a hashtag only at GW experience. Yet, we all have our internal maps, the places in the world we know intimately that bring us comfort and meaning. And each of us are making our maps of the world by the places we experience, by the localities we shape and influence, by the resources we consume, by the policies we support, by the dreams we have for the future. In the years ahead, consider what kind of map you want to create. Will it be expansive, or will it be focused? Will it be layered, multicolored, and dynamic, or will it be neatly penned in blue and buff? Will you share it with others? Will you journey to those blank spots on the map? You know, the places where ancient map makers placed dragons. How will you fill in your map? Maps allow us to know the world in concrete and abstract ways, and maps can lead us home. So whether you go east, west, north, or south as you leave GW, may your days be filled with exploration, discovery, and understanding. And may you build a map that you can reflect upon with pride. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Price. Robert Kennedy, who served as Dean of the Columbian College, was particularly supportive as a department chair and as Dean of Quality Teaching, especially in introductory courses. When Dean Kennedy retired, his colleagues honored him by endowing a prize to be awarded each year to faculty in arts and sciences nominated by students who have demonstrated an imaginative or innovative approach to teaching in an introductory or basic course in a discipline. This year's winner of the Robert W. Kennedy Prize is Professor Claire Basson of the Department of Chemistry. Professor Basson, please join me at the podium. Professor Basson is being honored for her use of pedagogically sound teaching practices in General Chemistry 1 and for her leadership in the creation of a chemical readiness camp for students whose skill sets for the course may have needed a boost. Students describe Professor Basson as, and I quote, a fast-paced, passion-fueled, and nerdy, unstoppable force. The exhilarating rigor of her course is due in part to the work chemistry naturally demands, but mostly it's due to her genuine, fiery passion for the subject and for her students. From the moment she marches into class and unfurls her massive periodic table, you know it's game time. She expects a lot of her students, but these expectations are matched by her own effort, which she pours into her teaching, including an open door to anyone with a chemistry question. Noting the struggle many students have had with this course, Professor Besson led an effort to diagnose the issues and develop a remediation plan. This process led to a chemical readiness exam for students taking general chemistry to discern their preparation level, and then to a weekend voluntary training camp, an action plan that was student-centric through an early intervention followed by a reinforcement program. Said the students, "All of the skills that I acquired that day helped me to succeed in my chemistry class because I had to use them in almost every chemistry problem I solved. Some of the skills that I learned that day also helped me to succeed in my other classes." For her deep passion for teaching, ability to break down the chemistry in ways that students could grasp, her empowerment of students through an intervention that included both subject and study skills, the college is pleased to present Professor Claire Besson the Robert W. Kenney Prize for 2019. Congratulations, Professor Besson. Elizabeth Chaco, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies, will now present the Columbian Prize for Teaching and Mentoring Advanced Undergraduate Students. Dean Chaco.
Thank you, Professor King. This year's Columbian Prize is awarded to Professor Sarah Schaumstein. Professor Schaumstein, please join me. The Columbian Prize is awarded to a regular full-time faculty member in the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences who demonstrates excellence in the teaching and mentoring of advanced undergraduate students. Today, we recognize Professor Sarah Schaumstein, a cognitive neuroscientist and director of Cognition, Attention, and Perception Lab. Widely known for her love of teaching and her commitment to her students, Dr. Schaumstein gives generously of her time, regularly scheduling review sessions outside of normal class hours for her undergraduate students and providing them with detailed feedback on presentations and papers. Dr. Schaumstein's courses are rigorous, but she has confidence in the ability of her students, providing them with the level of support that they need to succeed. She is known for her ability to gauge whether a student needs additional guidance or is able to take on more independent roles in their work. Thanks to her support and guidance, many of Dr. Schaumstein's undergraduate students have moved on to graduate-level work at reputed institutions, and yet she remains an available, encouraging mentor to them. One of her students noted, "When someone poses an interesting question, Dr. Schaumstein's excitement beams across the room. We are proud to be a part of her scientific family." Another stated, "She teaches each class with energy and possesses the ability to engage each and every one of her students. She knows each student's name and ensures that they understand course materials on an advanced level. She has the ability to simplify complicated yet important concepts within her field in order to best facilitate undergraduate learning." Today, Professor Schaumstein receives the Columbian Prize for Teaching and Mentoring Advanced Undergraduate Students. Congratulations, Professor.
Each spring, faculty nominate exceptional undergraduates who have evidenced outstanding scholarship through a composition, research paper, or project that expresses originality or demonstrates depth of knowledge as our distinguished scholar at these festivities. As you might expect, it is always difficult to select from among the nominees a single student who embodies those traits. Faced with a particularly difficult choice this year, the selection committee chose 2 of our students to represent the graduates at this program. Our first distinguished scholar is Ashley Atilano, a double major in English and women's gender and sexuality studies. Ashley has been a regular on the dean's list. Of her writings, including an honors thesis in English on the study of the representation and activity of women characters in 2 Broadway musicals, her faculty mentor has been impressed by her critical insight in literary and cultural studies, how she identifies routine arguments and challenges them, and how she interprets text in need of decoding and recoding. As a Latina first-generation college student, Ashley has determined to ensure GW become more accessible to students from underrepresented backgrounds through her involvement in the Executive Student Board for GW's student-run and on-campus food pantry, The Store, mentoring her peers as a resident advisor, and advocating for girls' access to education with the group She's the First GW. Inspired by education's possibility for social mobility, Ashley will be matriculating after graduation into a graduate program at Stanford University, where she will earn her Master's of Education degree and a teaching credential, as she aspires to be a secondary school English teacher who teaches students from urban and underserved communities. Ashley.
Welcome, my fellow graduates. In the words of late Mexican-American singer Selena Quintanilla, me siento muy excited to celebrate this milestone of our lives. Truly, in some ways, I did not start my GW experience seeing myself on a stage like this. Although I have had my fair share of self-inflicted procrastination and long nights of studying, it was not because of my work ethic that I doubted my potential. It was because of my background. Today, I am a proud Latina, first-generation, low-income college student who has earned her place in higher education. The journey to this self-assurance was not simple, but by virtue of being in this space, I am an example that it is possible. If there is anything I hope you take away from my speech today, it is this. You are here today because of your lived experience. You are here today because of those who supported you. And because of how far you have come today, there is no telling how far you will go tomorrow. Personally, to be studying in the heart of the nation's capital is something my parents could have only dreamed for me when I was born. At the time, my mother was 17 years old and in her senior year of high school, and my father was an undocumented Mexican immigrant without a formal education. Initially left without the support of my immediate family, my parents faced issues of poverty and young parenthood. Growing up in these circumstances, my parents were cautiously supportive of my collegiate aspirations because they recognized I would have to take on the challenges of being the first in my family to attend college head-on by carving my own path. Turning my dreams of higher education into a reality meant having to look for college advice outside of my family, explaining to my parents why I needed their taxes for the FAFSA, and navigating the cultural differences between school and home. Throughout my GW experience, I've been reminded of my identities each day. They come to the surface through microaggressions in classroom discussions and financial decisions, such as when I've chosen federal work-study jobs over internship opportunities. In these moments, I have been fortunate to have a team of supporters who reminded me that I have the agency to insert myself in critical spaces. I deserve to be where I am today, and I can and I will challenge the inequities I experience in my life. Thus, to our families who have supported us, our communities that have uplifted us, and to everyone who saw the best in us, thank you for helping us arrive to this moment, to this critical space. I love you 3,000. At this moment, I would like everyone to look to someone, a relative, a friend, a professor, just someone here who has shown you love and support during your undergraduate experience, and say thank you. And if you're so inspired, even I love you 3,000. Thank you. Thank you. Class of 2019, through our supporters and our experiences, we have come this far. We challenged ourselves to innovate on excellence, to take our education beyond the classroom, and to work towards solving the world's most pressing issues. We turn our knowledge into action in an effort to create a better world. Now is the time to see your hard work bring such a world to fruition. Now is the time to think about how far you will go. As your next chapter begins, I urge you to remember the privileges this degree and your positionality afford you. In the words of acclaimed author Toni Morrison, when you get these brilliant jobs that you have been so brilliantly trained for, just remember that your real job is that if you are free, you need to free somebody else. If you have some power, then it is your job to empower somebody else. For myself, I will begin my journey as an aspiring high school English teacher by pursuing a Master of Arts degree in education and a teaching credential at Stanford University. I imagine my future classroom where I will empower my students to confidently pursue higher education by sharing my story of having been a Latina, first-generation, low-income college student. An experience that seemed impossible to me growing up will be commonplace for them. Thus, I challenge you to remember your responsibility to use your power as a college graduate to empower others. Define your brilliant training and your brilliant jobs by bringing freedom. In all, we have come this far, class of 2019, and I cannot wait to see how far we go. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Our second distinguished scholar and speaker is Jack Hirschman, a double major in physics and political science and a minor in computer engineering. Jack will complete his studies as a GW Presidential Scholar and an honors student with a 3.99 GPA. Described by his mentors as that brilliant student one encounters once in a decade, Jack has performed research at both Hebrew University in Jerusalem and the Paul Scherrer Institute in Switzerland, as well as the Naval Research Laboratory here in Washington. His undergraduate thesis research in nuclear physics, supported in part by a Luther Rice Fellowship, involves detector development, data acquisition system development, and data analysis for the muon proton scattering experiment, an international collaboration addressing the proton radius puzzle. One collaborator was frequently heard requesting Jack's opinion on new electronics device designs for detectors, as he has been referred to, and I quote, the most talented electronics person in the collaboration. In addition, Jack works in an astrophysics group building a muon telescope here at GW for educational and outreach purposes. Apart from his studies, Jack is involved with intramural soccer and is an avid cook. He will be continuing his physics studies in an applied physics doctoral program at Stanford University this fall. Jack.
Hi, everyone. It is an incredible honor to be invited up here today and to share the room with so many outstanding scholars from across the university. And I'm sure all of us have many people to thank who have made this journey possible. But of course, there's simply not enough time to name everyone. But to me, and maybe to many of you, being here at graduation seems strange. The past 4 years have moved by more quickly than I could have imagined. And this culmination of activities at the end of our last semester at GW has made me think back to where I was 5 or 6 years ago and the journey that has brought me to this point today. I realize that I have been very fortunate, but at the same time, I have taken advantage of opportunities when they arose. And throughout this whole process, hard work and perseverance have been the keys to creating new opportunities. Now, let's see, like 5 years ago, we were juniors in high school, just vaguely considering colleges. And interestingly enough, I received an award from GW called the GW Book Award. And it's given to high school juniors for academic excellence and includes a book called George Washington's Leadership Lessons. While I was very excited to have received this award, especially considering that I didn't know I was nominated, I'd actually never really heard of GW. Yeah, go figure. Fast forward to college applications, and someone told me that I should apply to GW since I was interested in physics and political science. I went along with it and applied. March of senior year came along, and I happened to be in DC for a school trip, and I received that acceptance letter from GW. I branched off from my group despite being horrible with directions and did an informal tour of GW's campus. It felt right. Also, I didn't get as horribly lost as I normally do in new places or even old places. And if it was not already obvious, I decided to attend. And I have not looked back. From my somewhat serendipitous experience, things seem to align themselves, even if it does not at first seem that way. Even while at GW, I had no idea what kind of path I wanted to follow. But GW gave me the flexibility to pursue this strange mix of physics, political science, and computer engineering. In fact, pinpointing the best opportunities at GW became a bit overwhelming. As I was searching for research around the physics department, my academic advisor asked, "Do you want to go to Europe?" She just happened to be one of the leads on a major nuclear physics experiment and needed an enthusiastic undergrad. Of course, I jumped at the offer and joined an international collaboration called the muon proton scattering experiment, which is trying to measure the proton radius. Don't worry, I'll spare you all the technical details. With this research, I've had the chance to work in Israel and Switzerland and travel to conferences and workshops in Michigan, Knoxville, and Pittsburgh, and in Vienna, Austria. And yes, for some of these conferences, I had to miss school for extended periods of time. But the professional experience, network growth, and skill development were well worth it. While I was abroad, I had the chance to see that scientists do more than just science. They also interact with each other. I don't know, who would have thought? While in Switzerland at the Paul Scherr Institute, I stayed at the local guest house for students and researchers. Besides hearing about everyone's projects, we also talked a lot of politics, given there were people from all over the world eating and drinking together. And interestingly enough, GW perfectly prepared me to stay engaged in these non-scientific discussions, as well as the scientific ones. Apart from politics, I was able to join local clubs there, like the Paul Scherr Institute Soccer Club, and further connect with researchers on a more personal level. All of my experiences have helped open new doors, and one opportunity leads to another. I'm happy to say that I'll be attending graduate school next year, or rather for the next 6 years. Because of this hard work at GW, I was accepted into my top school of choice, Stanford, despite thinking that I did not have any chance. And while I don't climb, I liken my experience at GW to the preparation for a climb. We have been trained, we have been given the necessary tools to succeed, and we have been placed at base camp. Now it is up to us to make the most of the situation and see how far we can get. Perhaps, in my case, I will need 6 more years preparation, but I know the vast majority of you are ready for the real world. And while most of us will be leaving GW, we can leave knowing that we accomplished something, even if it was small. We can leave knowing that we are prepared to confront the challenges that lie ahead. And we can leave with the confidence and humility to make an impact. Good luck. I look forward to hearing about all of your successes in the future. And remember, we made it this far. I'm sure things will end up fine. Thank you all for listening. Congratulations.
A number of our graduates have been selected to receive special awards, prizes, or honors. Let me call your attention to the names of those awardees who are listed on the inside of your program. Additionally, this year's Phi Beta Kappa graduates were honored at a ceremony earlier this week. At this time, we would like to recognize the remarkable accomplishments and talents of our graduates by first asking all of the Luther Rice and undergraduate research fellows to please stand and remain standing. Luther Rice Fellows. And now, would all of the departmental awardees and prize winners who are listed in the program please stand as well and remain standing. Prize winners. And would all of the Phi Beta Kappa graduates please stand and join them? Phi Beta Kappa, please stand and join them. And now, may I ask anyone who appeared on the Dean's List this year to please stand and join them. Dean's List. Any year in attendance were you on the Dean's List, stand up. And those of you who finished a capstone paper, an exhibition, a project, in fact, any exam or paper or special project or juried work, please stand as well. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in saluting the achievements of all of our honored graduates. Congratulations to all of you. And now would you please be seated? Thank you. It is now our pleasure to introduce one by one your sons and daughters, spouses, parents, and special friends whose noble achievement we celebrate with these festivities. In order that none of the names of our honorees will get lost, we ask that you withhold your applause until all of the graduates have been presented, at which time we will join together in saluting all. As Dean Walbeck takes his place in the front of the podium, let me ask the faculty marshals to step forward and introduce the graduates to our guests. Again, please hold your congratulations until all have been presented.
Representing Africana Studies and American Studies, Professor Elizabeth Unker. Paul Olele. Maria Ferraguto. Jessica McElravy. Alexa Chavin. Naima Zen. Isabel Moody. Drew Larson. Honora Gibbons. Aoife Hughes. Ryan Ash. Representing the anthropology and biological anthropology, Chet Sherwood. Cassie Dystromow. Adele Queener. Adele Queener. Juan Chin. Victoria Doob. Marissa Rose Kirschenbaum. Jamie Elliott. Monica Chung. Sierra Humes. Michaela Bloom. Alana Rizzotti. Court Carlson. Claudia Zurita. Morong. Sophia De Leon Morong. Kristen Park. Tionela Balagoon. Victoria French. Annie Syed. Camilla Zarabian. Julie Tomasian. Mary Rousseau. Evan Sandifer. Isaac Hahn. Arash Panjwani. Lauren Josephine Anderson. Kunkel. Amanda Kunkel. Denzel Walker. Melissa Ingrid Lawrence. Representing archaeology, Professor Allison Brooks. Alexis Sims. Kelsey Ehalt. Haley Kazra Shehi. Cecilia Chisdock. Jennifer Hilleman. Gabriel Robles. Brenna Knippen. Henry Meredith. Representing Arabic Studies, Professor Masin Assisi. Devin Rudisil. Representing Biological Sciences, Professor Carly Jordan. Caroline Mehta. Kaveri Nivana Tidis Punacha. Ariane Atix. Manuela Romero. Amanda Kristen Rodriguez. Deepjot Sohal. Guillaume Fury. Leslie Sanchez. Talia Price Riviera. Maria Garza Garcia. Amy Bott. Demola. Marissa Demola. Michael Batista. Caputo. Jackie Caputo. Thomas Rowetter. Holland McDowell. Alexander Counsinger. Claire Hartwell. Ton Nguyen. Ben Sherman. Sony Dalapati. Monica Bodekeimer. Masa Amrani Sabahi. Benjamin Arthur McSweeney. Elizabeth Platcheril. Giovanna Kupek. Shelley Mishra. Khadija Khan. Minor. Hannah Minor. Alexis Elliott. Gerald Quinnen. Oops. Howler. Howler. Lara Hohler. Christine Robbie. Okigeme Sylvia Oike. Alexandra Franco. Noel Putsavat. Kayla Schwartz. Abdallah. Jasmina Abdallah. Corinne Tarantino. Farrow. Edward Farrow. Robin Kusera. Emily Edelsberg. Catherine Nemeth. Ashlyn Donahue. Bissell. Whitby Bissell. Hansol Jiang. Vivian Fan. Adriana Marino. Alexander William Barnes. Suba Kareem. Kyle Meinert. Sean Meinert. Francis Sunga. Jenny Huang. Christine Zhang. Hyung Suk Cook. Alexandra Daguns. Noor Diab. Kayla Yee. Daniel McNerney. Vivek Bateja. Stephen Thomas. Kadir Saravanan. Sarini Saxena. Priya Brahmbat. Vishesh Javangila. Grace Yoon Jung Lee. Shinran Hu. Elmer Raja. Jasmine Molika Kamole. Kira Shaw. Hayden Gerlich. Philip Pruitt. Madison Long. Amina Khalid. Jessica Revolorio. Emily Mobs. Sunali Gupta. Himanshu Rao. Donald York. Naomi Main. James Lee. Julian Jervis. Nolan Day. Sarah Elizabeth McCabe. Danielle Bolton. Savan Yedagarian. Brooke Bray. Alex Lee. Alec Astorga. Laura Ofiara. Ali Straws. Meredith Bagger. Phoebe Shaw. Yorgos Aguiros. Scott Da. Madeline Stimpson. Maria Gergodis. Jackson Bresser. Yoel Welda Gorgis. Oliver Hightower. Anna Wren. Werner. Logan Werner. Nadia Safar. Alejandro Velasquez. Alyssa Arnatovic. Georgia Brooke Parolski. Kamala Danier. Representing chemistry, Professor Mike Wagner. Austin Birch. Mia Dortenzio. Tabinda Khan. Jordan Griffin. Helia Amani. Samuel Rodriguez III. Haley Seal. Jordan Lee Tannen. Ivers. Emily Ivers. Aaron Ray Russell. Devi Alaparthi. Matthew Lish. Racky. Caroline Racky. Representing classical studies, Professor Catherine Wasden. Svoboda. Garrett Dome. Caroline Graves. Okay, got it. Representing Corcoran School of the Arts and Design, Fine Arts, Photography, Photojournalism, Digital Media Design, and Graphic Design, Professor Siobhan Rigg. Byron Fullerton Jr. Ashley Burns. Nell Elizabeth Gordon. Spencer Strauss. Renee Glanville. Sarah Yee. Colleen Fitzgerald. Jie Chung. Juliana Bedoya. Bridget Cassidy. Jalen Lim. Min Jung Kim. Yun Chu. Kelly Tumulty. Yasin Tilala. All one person? Andrea Aguirre Diaz Barroso. Ashley Yanis. Sun Hyun Ri. Liana Keene. Harrison Jones. Jessica Lakowski. Madeline Cook. Karen Carry-On. Zachary Frisch. We'll switch right now. Where do you want it? Switch right here. Second.
Yes. Representing Chinese language and literature, Hong Yang Dong. Andrew Allard. Heidi Schwenk. Representing East Asian language and Japanese, Leo Hanami. Tyler Burton. Yi Zhao. Representing English, Professor Marshall Alcorn. India Grace Kellogg. Raquel Nassor. Alexis Perry. Madison Hamilton. Meredith Lee Hoffman. Alexander Sachar. Benjamin Michael Valdez. Hannah Arai. Brittany Gethart. Minali Venkatesh. Elizabeth Lancaster. Madison Richmond. Maria Khan. Jaylene Perez. Amanda De Santiago. Nicole Renna. Christopher David Camo. Logan Stalter. Catherine Elks, Gabrielle Greenstein, Mariana López, Catherine Russell, Margot Dines, Grace Schaub, Taylor Armstrong, Yvonne Rodriguez, Kevin McDonald, Sophie Corliss, Franco Caputo, Caitlin Schaefer, Catherine Leone, Caroline Ivashevic, Dyson Wade Himmelwright. Representing art history, Mika Natif. Jordan Frank. Gabby Gomez. Minyu Zhang. Mariana Perret. Isabella Buki. Emily Vidovich. Mackenzie White. Alexandra Pencava. Allison Tyler. Representing geography, Ryan Engstrom. Zachary Brian McGinley. Anna Zoe. Ethan Casarino. Tara McAllister. Jana Paramore. Elijah Aquilina. Jacob Milley. Siri Knudsen. Representing environmental studies, Melissa Keeley. Emily Evenden. Cassidy Elkins. Sabrina Kelly. Alexi Bain. Olivia Anderson. Zia Liu. Maxwell Saul. Josue Guevara. Christopher Copeland. Deoko Moon. Kiana Kolva. Margaret Riley Perry. Brinna Strand. Ishrat Binte Azim. Catherine Forster, representing geological sciences. Roheng Wang. Maggie Jane Moss. Francesca Loverde. Hilary Fritz. Representing history, Professor C. Thomas Long. Annabelle Labrec. Anayeli Nunez. Quentin Weinstein. Melissa Melvin. Brenna Carroll. Hope Grossman. William Frank. Austin Nalaboff. Margaret Kritzberg. Joseph Hillman. Sarah Haggerty. Molly Carney. Johanna Adolf. Matthew Shine. Brendan Cody. Grant Gorley. Samuel Tirato. Adam Kolenik. George LePage, Angela White, Carl Peterson, Julian Baker, Jacob Cook, Luke Barcy, Emily Barr, Alexandra Dielman, Ruth Tornell, Elizabeth Warboys, Mirak van der Muller, Erin Haas, Ashley Elizabeth Hansen, Yusuf Mansour, Liliana Shalansky, Luis Pena, Ella Wooden, representing Interior Architecture, Professor Aaron Speck, Martha Arndt, Sydney Meister, Hannah Kaminsky, Amanda Karasani, Gabriella Morris, Kathleen Marie Brennan, Rebecca Durand Houston, Julia Lewis Abriola, Caroline Elizabeth Boyle, Nicole Degliomini, Mayasa Roach, Ellen Sarah Kim, Mia Polikoff, Natalie Bahu, Maha Alamri, Mariam Karolos, Karim Maged Abel Wakadud, Matthew Jenkins, Emma Enid, representing mathematics, Professor Joseph Bonin, Gina Pulo, Emily Murnar, Alexandra Mayer, Jacob Joseph, Ethan Lewis, Jack Fine, Alexis Kolecki, Catherine Hechtel, Jisao Wang, Fei Yan, Zijing Lei, Yishu Li, representing the Department of Music, Professor Robert Baker, Nicole Kremen, Nora Walcott, Yvonne Pielsil,
representing Organizational Sciences, David Costanza, Rebecca Paul, Priya Kavanakudiel, Taylor Phillips, Catherine Amelia Cooper, Jocelyn Cho, Simone Yvonne Cowan, Elizabeth Udou, Benjamin Teich, Dylan Casolaro, Joseph Shanahan, Marie June Line, Kyle Antonucci, Renee Pania Bendanya, Madison Mitchell, Marjorie Crimmins, Cole Gendrone. Philip Dudley Young. Alina Christina Brennigmeyer. Maria Montgomery. Otis Celeb. Abraham Maxwell Lerner. Audrey Christina Peters. Ellison Ann Reed. Lucy Grossman. Jacob Fritsch. Michelle Adams. Alexandra Gross. Nayla Mamluk. Athena Robs. Kholoud Shetta. Raneen Kawar. Ashley Claire Gessman. Olivia Ranieri. Sarah Birmingham. Megan Allison McCormick. Representing communication, Dr. Katrina Pereira. Sophia Diaz. Victoria Villegas. Andrea Vicente Latorre. Isabella Gosen Capellan. Yasmin Shami. Lisa Blitzstein. Victoria Skrivanos. Lauren Olivia Kessler. Bonnie Zuko. Sarah M. Jordan. Laura Gilbert. Elizabeth Provencher. Isabella Louisi. Katiana Taubenberger. Mon. Isabel Mon. Charlotte Law Prevo. Penido. Claudia Penido. Perry Kessler. Ariana Saperstein. Gerard. Taylor Gerard. Catherine Ash. Fleischer. Sydney Fleischer. Julia Horowitz. Madison Rabinowitz. Abigail Rose Smallman. Hillary Dale. Rachel Creisy. Michaela Drust. Devin Brown. Samuel Martell. Jack Arnold. Beatrice Laurencato. Ronci. Alice Ronci. Cecily Diamore. Simon. Natalie Simon. Yamisarach Ndale. Leora Bernstein. Millie Cohen. Anderson Drake Cheney. Jake Amador Ortiz. Emily Bricker. He did a backflip. You get a flip. Isabel Walker. Darcy Rose Byington. Manwan Lee. Anthony Bruton. Christine Moise. Diara Janae Newman. Morgan Mansour. The switch? Yeah.
Representing philosophy and philosophy public affairs focus, Professor Chad Zawitsky. Sam Funger. Jared Grammel. Brooklyn Monica Grossbard. Joanna Trujillo. Jenna McAllister. Nora Mishler. Alexandra Kadatsky. Sophia Emma Seaman. Nawal Wajed. Lily Jiang. Cassandra Garnett. Esha Jane. Representing biophysics, Professor Mark Reeves. Shannon Babcock. Erin Mulhern. Natalia Ramirez. Rohan Patel. Arthur Cronin. Jacqueline Vetch. Sarah Schrupp. Representing physics, Professor Gary White. Elizabeth Rossi. Ian Dragulet. Jack Hirschman. Good Jack. Representing Peace Studies, Professor Irene O. Dakota Morrow. Menwa Abuleta. Hannah Barry. Jocelyn Lobos. Victoria Lewis. Representing religion, Professor Solfeg Kang. Anu Silverman. Drew Kavani. William Klein. Representing French, Dr. Catherine Kleppinger. Samantha Lemieux. Representing Spanish, Dr. Yvonne Captain and Dr. Manuel Cuela. Anna Burrell Sorensen. Mia Simonetti. Adriana Dunn. Olivia Sean Morris. Angel Mart. Jesse Leon. Rebecca Stern. Representing speech and language and hearing sciences, Dr. Craig Linebaugh. Gabrielle Mafstier. Casey Lerner. Toby Grierson. Christina Yee. Samuel Whiting. Alexandra Rude. Alana Edelstein. Kayla Cooper Gamble. Sasha Paul. Emily Geiger. Haley Punjabi. You gotta grab them, honey. Anastasia Mancini. Melissa Cardenas, Rachel Tartar, Emily Borlas, Catherine Stengel, Alexandra Wolf, Olajire Awashika, Teranique Binion, representing the Department of Statistics, Professor Joshua Landon, Meg Brudos, Bhavya Pathak, Samsinya Den, Daxiang Shan, Kun Liang, Tonggong Lu, Andy Song, Emily Bo, Dion Choi, Rajan Bajatare, Jane Lee, Yun Seong Ji, Yo Jung Sun, Hoyun Park, Bridget Prial, representing Theater and Dance, Professor John Traub, Katrin Baxter, Elena Lou Engelhard, Morgan Fernari, Anne Mancuso, Emily Ariz, Mika Takahashi, Phoebe Workman, representing Women's and Gender and Sexuality Studies, Professor Chad Heath, Lily Fulmer, Natasha Dodge, Talia Ake, Anna Jane Woodward, Ashley Atilano. Good job. Nicole McLernan, Bridget S. Condelaria, Lucius Campany, Alicia Iu Tanaka, Hannah Friedman, Olivia Eggers, Special Interdisciplinary Majors, Olivia Seo-Benton, Johanna Navid Shaw, Monica Violet Nadeau, Savita Potarazu, Kylie Timmons, Aisha Basha, David Silverman. Representing the Early College Program, Professor Sheila Mills Harris, Brian Davis, Vincent Kremisser, Kimberly Stringer, Gina Ramirez Medina, Christian Robles, Max Heimowitz, Sam Heimowitz, Jing Chen, Chandler Nuttall, Eli Kuklamaning. Hanua Humbles.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in saluting all of our honored graduates today. Thank you. Congratulations. And please be seated. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to call upon Dean Paul Walbeck to deliver his charge to the graduating class. A professor of political science and interim dean of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences, Dean Walbeck is an acknowledged teacher scholar who joined the leadership team of our college in 2016. With our faculty, he has continued the tradition of excellence that is at the core of the Columbian College. And now, Dean Walbeck, I am pleased to present to you your graduating class of the Columbian College of Arts and Sciences, the class of 2019.
Thank you, Dr. King, and congratulations, graduates. Being part of this celebration fills me with immense pride. Your faculty did a lot to help you get here today, but I also fully appreciate the years of guidance you received outside of GW. Last year, I sat in an audience much like this at a college graduation watching my daughter collect her degree. I know the pride that your friends and family feel and the joy at a journey that's run that part of the course. And so to those family and friends sitting in the bleachers or watching online, I congratulate you and offer a special round of applause. I'd also like to give special acknowledgement to Dr. King, who has served as College Marshal since 1990. This is his last year in that role. As some of you know, Dr. King chairs our chemistry department. But what you don't know is that when Dr. King was an undergraduate at the Illinois Institute of Technology in Chicago, my father taught his class in physical chemistry. Because Michael went on to do great things in chemistry, I'd like to think that my dad played a big role in sparking his passion for science, or at least that's the family lore. But the fact that we share this stage together today is proof of the uncanny twists and turns of life, the encounters that can make such a difference in the impact of our relationships, whether with family, friends, colleagues, or mentors, on the paths we pursue. Our journeys are made up of hundreds of special moments, and today is one of them. Getting here was tough, fraught with sleepless nights and never-ending deadlines, or so it probably seemed. And your brain right now is probably still hardwired for when the next paper is due, rather than what your next adventure might be. What you may not realize right now is that what you've experienced, the knowledge you've acquired, the analytical reasoning and critical thinking skills you've picked up along the way will reverberate throughout your personal and professional lives. This weekend marks an endpoint, but it's also a new beginning. The commencement ceremony, with all its tradition and pageantry, is emblematic of the passing of knowledge from one generation to the next. Your graduation regalia symbolizes the power of knowledge and its transformative force to improve the world through work. Our success as educators is not only measured by how you performed in the classrooms or labs, but by what happens next in your lives, how you take what you've learned and make a meaningful impact in your communities and the world beyond. As you begin this next stage of your journey, I want to leave you with 3 things to help guide you along the way. First, be grateful. Thank your parents, your extended family, your friends, your mentors, whoever helped you become who you are today. And don't stop thanking them. Showing gratitude throughout your life is part of what makes us a community. And sharing our joys and successes, as well as our difficulties and struggles, with those for whom we care most deeply is an incredibly satisfying and mutually rewarding experience. Second, take risks. Life is about change, about evolving, about making mistakes and learning from them, about navigating through every experience and building upon every success. I've been thinking a lot about this during the past year because of my role as the interim dean. To be honest, I embraced the opportunity of not being quite permanent. It gave me the chance to do something new. It's been a challenging but also extremely rewarding experience, and that's what it's all about. Just think, you were in high school just a few years ago. Now you're a college graduate. Next, you'll be the new kid in the office, and before you know it, you might be running the whole show. So don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. When you stop taking chances, you stop learning, achieving, and making an impact. Which brings me to my third point, stay engaged. You came to GW because you wanted to be part of something that was bigger than yourself. You wanted to make a difference and be a participant in a culturally vibrant and diverse community in the heart of the nation's capital. Stay true to that passion wherever you live and whatever profession you choose. During these polarized times, we need your broad knowledge, your evidence-based decision-making, your ability to reason, and perhaps most importantly, your intellectual passion. We need these things more than ever to help bridge differences, build knowledge, change lives, and create change. And if you're looking for role models, for people whose example you could follow, look no further than the Columbian College alumni who every day dedicate themselves to improving people's lives and making the world a better place. Look to Sally Numa, a 2011 political science major who founded an organization that helps low-income girls become the first in their family to go to college. Sally was recently named to the Forbes 30 Under 30 list and just published a book on equal education for girls. Look to Isaiah Pickens, a 2005 graduate who travels to juvenile detention centers and foster care homes across the country, helping troubled teens work through stress and trauma. Or to Jackie Biggs, who uses her 2013 art therapy graduate training to ease the emotional pain of combat veterans. Or to infectious disease specialist Lauren Epstein, who is combating multi-drug organisms through resistant organisms through her work at the Centers for Disease Control. We have alumni coaching wounded warriors at the Invictus Games, uncovering Native American settlements through archaeological exploration, and running for and winning seats in the U.S. Congress. We even boast a handful of business unicorns, young entrepreneurs who have founded startup companies that are now worth over $1 billion. Now it's your turn. When I look out at you today, I see amazing potential. Looking back at me, I see movers and shakers, problem solvers and healers, thinkers and doers. I see smart, innovative young people who are ready to soar. And I'm humbled by your talent and passion, and thankful for the part we played in helping you get here today. Look at what you've already achieved. You've written poetry, verses, and computer codes. You've looked deeply into cells and at the stars. You've studied our evolutionary past, our environmental future, and our political present. And I know you've spent way too many late nights in the Gelman stacks and the SEH laboratories. So for now, but just now, not tomorrow morning, though, for a little while you can catch up on your sleep. But it won't be too long before you wake to a world of opportunities. And though you're leaving us today, your home at Columbian College will always be here for you. We want to see you back on campus and hope you'll stay connected with the GW family. Your faculty are here to support you whenever you need us, as will our global network of GW alumni. We look forward to you staying in touch and even giving back if you can. Maybe you'll mentor a student, support a project, and give to scholarships that open doors for others to pursue their dreams. Picture for a moment the face of someone that helped you arrive at this moment today, a classmate, a family member, a teacher. Those are the faces you'll never forget. For someone, someday, you'll be the face they never forget. And I know, looking at this sea of bright, enthusiastic, brilliant faces, this is a moment I'll never forget. Thank you for letting us be part of your journey. I wish you all the best in the exciting adventure ahead. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you, Dean Walbeck, and especially thank you to your father so that I could be here today. Graduates, please remember to wear your Columbian College medal tomorrow on the National Mall, and when you are introduced and recognized by the dean, I trust that you will let everyone in Washington know that you are present. A sincere note of thanks to those who helped make today special for all of our graduates, including the staff in the Dean's Office and Smith Center, and especially Professors Leslie Jacobson and Nils Olson for introducing all of our graduates. You did a marvelous job. Thank you. And a special shout out, if I may, to Professor Jacobson, who is retiring this year. She's been a wonderful partner, making these festivities so wonderful for the past couple of decades. Thank you, Leslie. Ladies and gentlemen, as you leave this building, please be mindful of your safety and that of your party. You will be exiting onto a busy street full of city traffic. Rather than linger for photos and greetings nearby, we recommend that you move to the open space in Kogan Plaza or the steps of Funger Hall. To close our program, we ask everyone to join in the singing of the GW Alma Mater, led by 5 of our graduating seniors, the words and music of which you will find at the end of your program. Immediately after this year's Distinguished Scholar, Ashley Atilano and Jack Hirschman will come forward and accept the school pennant from Dean Walbeck. Following this symbolic act, signifying the conveyance of knowledge from one generation to the next, Ashley and Jack will lead the platform party and faculty from the arena. We will appreciate your kindness in remaining in your places until the conclusion of the program. The dean's party and faculty and the graduates have left the arena. And now will everyone please rise.